Flosstube, it's Lori McClary, textilist, and today is Sunday, March 15th. I can't see without my glasses. It's been a wild week, hasn't it, everyone? I'm going to pre-record this. You may not see it for a week, simply because I am in the sister's house. I had to come down unexpectedly because the weather changed. The groundhog lied. There's 6 inches of snow on the ground here, and they're expecting a little bit more tonight. I had already turned off the heat for the season, and I needed to come back and turn it on. So I'm here for the weekend, which is where the majority of my stash is. On the way here, of course, I stopped at Nashville Days at Acorns and Threads and met up with my friend Lisa Kindred Stitcher. There was a lot of other friends there. Got the opportunity to meet Beth Twist. Lisa and I had lunch with her. It was wonderful. She's just a delightful, delightful lady. And, you know, picked up a little bit of haul. I still have some coming. It should be delivered tomorrow at my other place. So, like I said, I'm gonna film this now. Plus, I wanted to give another week for people to comment to win the Mondo Bag pattern. And then I will put it all together and I'll probably post it next week. So, let's look a little bit at my market haul that I picked up at Acorns and Threads, and after I kind of do that and kind of what I've been stitching, then we'll get started on the requested whip parade. It's not really a whip parade, it's a, let's see, a fully kitted up parade of things I haven't started yet. So let's start with the little stuff. I got some really cute floss fobs or scissor fobs. This one is, I love this one. It's got little acorns. It has, I'm not even sure what this is a picture of. I'll have to look at it closer. But this was just adorable. It came from Lady Dot Creates, and this was a market haul thing. And see, it has a fleur-de-lis, it has a button, it has a spool, it has an acorn, which of course is appropriate for Acorns and Threads. So I just love this. This is really cute. The other floss fob I got was from Summer House Stitchworks, and this one is the Ladies Garden Journal. I love that, and I am so waiting for spring. I love snow. I really, really love snow, but I'm done with it. It's time for spring, folks. I also got these buttons. These are from the Bee Company, and which looks like it's out of France, or they're made in France, but these were just too darn cute. Oops, let's see if we can get that focus. They were just too darn cute to pass up, so that will probably go on a small someplace. I got one of the limited editions. It doesn't have a color, it's just a limited edition. I really liked that color. So that was a few of the small things that I picked up. I didn't get, well, let's see, I was gonna say I didn't get as many charts. That's not quite true. I didn't get as many of the new releases at the Acorns and Threads, but I kind of spread my stitchy cash around to a lot of folks. So like I said, I have some coming in the mail, and then there were some that I wanted that had not come into the shop yet, so I signed up for those. But what I did get was the 2 Rabbit Sampler by La-Di-Da. That may have to get started here pretty soon. All Joys for Thine. This was not necessarily a market release. This is Blackbird Designs. I don't know when they snuck this in, but I missed it. And, you know, as a serial starter, and Brenda says, you have to buy all the Blackbird. And if you have not watched their video yet, part 1, where they talk about all their featured designer, which is Blackbird Designs, you need to go check it out. And I'm patiently not waiting for, not patiently really, waiting for installment 2. And oh, it's a shame that a lot of them are out of print. And I hope Barb and Alma really reconsider putting some of these back in print, so the rest of us who weren't in the cross-stitch community at the time or just didn't see them are able to stitch some of these beautiful samplers and other charts that they had released back in the day. The other one that I picked up from Blackbird Designs is My Heart Can Rest. I love the simplicity of this one. It is so pretty. The next one I picked up was from Annie B's, and it's the Hain sampler. And I'm not gonna take all of these out of the thing, so I'm gonna try to get the glare off. This is really cute. It's got a lot of pink and red. I may darken it up a little bit. It has just a titch too much pink for me, but I like it all the same. Some that were not market releases, but that I did pick up at the same time. I had not seen this one from Bath Twist, and they had the sample there at the shop at Acorns and Threads, and it's the Oregon Trail. And I am an Oregonian by birth. I have lived most of my life in Washington, but I was born in the Rogue Valley area, which is Southern Oregon. And I love this. I love all of the stories from the Oregon Trail. I had some family that came over on the Oregon Trail. I have my great, maybe another great grandmother's treadle. They came over the Oregon Trail. It belonged to Tennessee Teresa. I can't remember her last name. That was her name, Tennessee Teresa. Not that she came from Tennessee, but her father came from Tennessee. And I have her treadle, and they settled in Cave Junction. I think it was Cave Junction. I'll have to go back and look at my information, but it's a band sampler, and it has some meaning in each band. So I'm looking forward to starting this. So this is by Heartstring Samplery, Beth Twist, and it is the On the Oregon Trail. The other one, I think it was a market release last year, and I didn't get it, but now I do. It's the Summer Pomegranate Needlebook and Pen Keep. I really loved all the ones that Stacey Nash came out with this year too, but I think Stacey Nash was part of the designers that Acorns and Threads did not quite have in yet, or they had already sold out. This is one that Michelle Farm Girl is almost done with. There's a stitch along. I didn't have a copy of it, but now I do, and so I'm probably going to work on getting it started. It's by Brenda Gervais with Night Needle and Thread, and it's Harriet Elizabeth Coe. And I love this sampler. This is so pretty. So that will probably be started here soon. The other one that I've been eyeing for quite a while at Acorns and Threads, and I ended up picking up this time, is Sarah Moon 1791 by Stitchy Box Samplers. And it's not a new chart. I don't see if there's a, oh, it was last year. So this is right up my alley. So Sarah Moon 1791, in the middle it says Ackworth School 1791. I think all the called for linen and everything, it's a much lighter, brighter sampler. I'm probably going to grunge mine up and make it look a lot more like what this looks like. But I was happy to get that. I had some Happy Mail come. I had made an order from With Thy Needle and Thread right after Michelle Farm Girl published her video where she was stitching all of the Valentine stuff. So that was last month. And I hopped right on and ordered every single chart that she showed, and a couple more. So that came in the mail while I was in between houses. And so it was really kind of fun to get here and have some Happy Mail waiting for me. The first one I got was the Valentine Sampler. And then I also got the Merry Valentine's Handiwork chart. And both of these have several little projects in them. I also bought Be My Valentine, and this also has several little projects in there. And then another one, I think she showed it, Michelle Farm Girl, I think she showed it that video. It might have been a video before, or somebody showed it, and it's like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. I don't recall seeing that, and it's paper snowflakes. So I picked that up, and this one's going to get started soon. It's one that had been on my list for quite a while, and it's 3 tulips. You know, Easter's coming, so we've got to get the bunnies out. Okay, so that was Market Hall. Oh, wait, no, I've got a few more things at Market Hall. I also picked up a big piece, a fat half of vintage cedar plank by Lakeside Linen. And it was there. Sometimes it's really hard to find, so I got a big piece of it. And then I also, one more thing that I picked up at Market Hall was Ida Nolt, which is by Hands to Work. See, there we go. And I came, let's see. So I left Acorns. We went and had some lunch with Beth and Lisa. And then I think I got back on the road maybe about 12:30 or so. And I looked at the pass on my phone. There's weather cams. I looked at the pass because I knew that we were expecting snow, which is the whole reason I was coming down here. And everything was good and clear. And I got about, maybe 20 miles into going over the pass, and it was near whiteout conditions, to whiteout conditions in certain spots. So it was kind of a interesting drive over the pass. So I got here a little bit late and unpacked the car because I brought a load of stuff, and it was dark, and I kind of settled down and I looked at my Happy Mail and texted everybody, made sure that, let them know that I was here okay. And I could not start this. So I had to go dig in my stash. I had to go find some linen and pull out my huge box of DMC and go through the DMC. I didn't have quite all of them, but I definitely had enough to start. So this is being done on a 30 count cappuccino. I'm gonna show you here, and then I'll show you up closer, but when you get closer, it kind of washes out the cappuccino. So here is my start. And I am just loving this stitch. It's going pretty quickly. These are the threads that I have. I'm missing about half of them, but these are the threads that I have. And I love these colors. Love, 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 love these colors. And I think I mentioned in my last video, I was showing my hoity-toity, or maybe it was the video before, and I was lamenting about how much of a hard time I was having with the Old Weeks linen. This is the Old Weeks linen too, and I don't know if it's this particular piece or maybe I'm just getting used to it, but I definitely I got in the groove with it. So I think that I probably keep with the hoity-toity that I have started and keep on it. You know, it kind of felt like a dance where you're dancing with a partner and you're half step behind or ahead, and it just wasn't working. Well, I've learned how to dance with this linen, so I'm hoping that's going to be the same for the hoity-toity. I think this one's a 30 count, and I think the other one is a 32 count. So it should be okay. So I think I will continue on with that. So that is my Market Haul to date. I know I have some coming. That is some other haul that I got in the mail. I thought I'd show you a little bit of what I have been stitching on. I haven't been doing a whole lot of stitching. In the last week and a half at the house, we've hung new doors, put new floors in 2 bathrooms. I have scrubbed and cleaned windows and walls, and let's see what else has happened. Oh, we put in a new closet. Just a bunch of stuff. It's hard work. I'm tired. So I didn't always get a lot of stitching done. I did get some words put on my, oh gosh, what is this? I'm sorry. Wasn't prepared. This is the Country Cottage Needleworks for Snowfall. This was a Chelsea and Priscilla stitch along. And I think last time I showed, I had it to where I was just getting ready to start the words. Now, I'm not sure I'm wild about that color. That actually is the called for color. It's not really showing up. I think I might pull a blue or two and see if I can make that show up a little bit more. It's not bad. It's just not what I thought it would be. So, But those go pretty fast, so I may stitch a word or two in another floss color and see how that goes, and then I'll be done. That'll be almost done. I also put a few stitches in Where Hearts Rest. That's a Brenda Gervais. Not too much more. I think I came, let's see, I think I had like this and a little bit done, and I came all the way down and went over. So I've got a little bit more of the border done on that one, and that one I will continue to work on because it's spring. I don't remember the last time I showed where I'm at on Winter Rose Manor. So here's Winter Rose Manor, and that's a Brenda Gervais, and it was not released at market. I may have said that. Actually, several of us may have said that, but I believe it's going to be a winter release. So just hang tight. It's going to be coming out soon. But here is where I am at on that. So I'm just have about a quarter of the border here and a little bit, maybe a third of the border across. This is so beautiful. I cannot tell you how beautiful this is. I'm doing it on a 40 count that started out as platinum, and then I coffee tea dyed it. I may have to, like Michelle Rudy did, she had to do some back stitching on her house to make sure that the color showed up. And I may end up having to do the same thing, but I'm gonna wait until I get there, and then here are the colors. And I think this one right here is the color of the house. I think it's conch. I'm not, yeah. So yeah, I may need to do some outlining, but I love this. This is so pretty. So that's what I've been stitching on lately. So let's go ahead and get started. This video, I'm going to probably just go through all of my club kits and talk about those. Many of them are a couple of years old, so they'll probably have already been released, and we might come across a few that haven't been released yet. But I keep them all here in my big basket. Oh, and I'll put the name of the company of the lady that makes these baskets. This one is the long one. I can't remember. It's 18 something rather baskets. I can't remember. I'll put it up here or down here or something so that you can go and look at her. She has an Etsy shop. She also made this one, my little stitching basket. And I have a two-tiered one too. My daughter was very generous for my birthday and bought me some baskets. Okay, so in no particular order, I'm just gonna start grabbing these out of here, and we'll start looking at what is kitted up, or club kits. That's not a club kit, there we go. Actually, not all of these are club kits. Some of these are things that I may have bought kitted, but not necessarily a club kit. Some of these were market releases. Okay, first one, Brenda Gervais, With Thy Needle and Thread, Ho Ho Ho, Merry and Bright. And that has a piece of, let's see, there's the threads, there's the linen. I am not sure what that linen is. Does it say? It says it's tin roof, but this is not tin roof, so it was kitted another way. This really looks like a vintage navy bean, maybe. I am not positive. So there's that one. This one I picked up at the Midwest Cross Stitch Retreat in Amana when Brenda was the featured designer. And this is Santa's Tree Farm, and it comes with, oops, here we go, Santa's Tree Farm, and it comes with the hoop and the linen and all the floss. Is that not pretty? Also from the same retreat, Candy Cane Lane from Brenda Gervais. And There's the floss and the linen. This is Natural Silver Sparkle Linen by Fabric Flair. And it has Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts, and Classic Color Works in here. This one is being done on Vintage Country Mocha. This one, Vintage Country Mocha, and it also has, looks like Classic Color Works, Gentle Arts, and Weeks Dye Works. So lots of different. This one I know is a club kit from Dying to Stitch, and it is the Scarlet House Be Merry and Bright. And there's the linen, and it looks like the floss is hiding in there. Let me open that up. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Oh, and see, it also has the fabric to finish it. It looks like some trim, and there are the threads. There we go. The next one, I don't want to mess that up there. The next one is also a Scarlet House, Bringing Home the Tree. And it's so cool when you get from Dying to Stitch, they give you a color card. And I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it opening all of these to show you guys, but I'll do a few. This one also has the backing. I love that buffalo check. And the linen. And then the floss. Let's do it this way. And the floss. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. So I'm just going to show you what they are. This is not a club kit. This is something, when Lisa and I went to the Dying to Stitch retreat, we also went to Colonial Williamsburg. And we, when you visit there, there was a lot of needlework there. It was kind of cool. But there was this needlework pocket kit. And this comes with the linen, the pocket, the tie, and all of the floss. And it was so pretty. It was laying on one of the beds in one of the buildings at Colonial Williamsburg. I think I have another one here. In fact, yes. This one is the Mercy Hopkins sampler. It is from Colonial Williamsburg, so if you ever go there and you go into one of the shops, there's, I think, 2 shops that have needlework stuff. This is from the Exemplary, the Exemplary. So Mercy Hopkins sampler. It is gorgeous. This comes with the linen, and it's, let's see, this one was $17.99 in New Jersey and Burlington County. Oh no, this is similar. This one was done in 1800 when Mercy Hopkins was 11 years old, and there's the floss and the linen. Oh, this kind of falls under the why have I not started this yet? You have to look at this again. This is so pretty. Just gorgeous. And it was very reasonable. I think it was $48 for the whole thing. Okay, back to where I was. Antique Lock and Key. I think this was a gift from Teresa Vinette at one of the, I think this was either the fall or the spring retreat, Midwest Cross Stitch retreat. This one I know I bought as at last year's market. There's a couple things. I have it all stuffed in one bag, but it actually came in 2 pieces. This is the Mani di Donna, the Sewing Town casket. And this is the finishing kit that has like the bone rings and all the trim and scissor fob pack and the fabric to make the box, etc. So this is definitely, I know I'm retired, but I haven't sold the house yet, so I don't have a lot of time to work on it, but this is going to be one of the things that I'm going to be working on. Okay, this one I think I got during, I think when I went to Stitch Shenanigans. This is the Scarlet House Anna Grader. And there is the floss and the linen, and that's going to be, oh, this one I picked out is called a limited run. It doesn't have a color. It's a 32 count by Lakeside. And it's really similar to a cedar plank, but not quite, but it's a gorgeous linen. The next one I have, I got this at Country Sampler when we went last year. This was all kitted up. It's called Imagine, Dream, Believe. And it's got a bunny, so I may need to start it soon. And there's this is to finish it for the back and the linen and the threads. And this is their conversion. So many of you may know, if you've ever ordered anything from Country Sampler, they kind of prim things up, so they put their own color palette together, and this is their conversion. I'm going to set this aside so it can get started. This is definitely a club kit. Looks like from a Dying to Stitch club kit. This is Merry Christmas pin drum. I've seen this done. It is stunning. It's also a lot bigger than you'd think. And this is from Blackbird Designs. And comes with everything to finish it. The next one is another Blackbird design, and this is Coming to My Garden. And I'm not sure, I think I got this from Dying to Stitch, but I'm not sure. It may have come from the attic. And I'm sorry about the glare. I just don't want to take everything out of the packages because they're all fitted up so nicely. There's all of the floss, and this looks like, I think this is an oaken maybe. The next one I have is definitely from the attic, and this was one of their retreats. I didn't go to the retreat, but sometimes they have a few kits left over, and if you call and you ask, they may be able to send them to you. So this was after the retreat. It's the Little Birds by Blackbird Design. This just came out at market, but I've had it for a while, maybe 6 months or so. I don't really recall how long ago I got it, but it's all kitted up. Okay, we're about a third of the way through. Got lots of stuff. This one is Plum Street, and it is a Mount Vernon Christmas. This was a Dying to Stitch club kit. Again, it came with all of the trimmings, the floss, the threads, or excuse me, the floss, the fabric, and the backing fabric to finish that. The next one is Autumn Hill. And there's all of the goodies. And the next one is another Plum Street. It's Home for Christmas. And all the goodies. Some of those, the Plum Street, I don't remember. I think that was the one of the Country Sampler kits. No, actually it was Dying to Stitch. So sometimes when you belong to the clubs, they will send you little notices in your regular subscription, and they'll say, we've got these ones left over from the year before or whatever. And as a club member, you get the opportunity to buy those. So a few of those that I just showed, I wasn't necessarily a member of the club when they came out, but because I was a club member subsequently, I was able to purchase those. Let's see. This was the Berry Club, and this was Dying to Stitch. So these were all Erica Michaels. This is Woodland Berry. And Lisa and I had the opportunity to meet Erica Michaels at the Dying to Stitch retreat. She was there, and she gave a lecture at lunchtime on how to do berries, and we also received a little booklet that kind of went step by step of how to make berries. It was extremely informative, lots of helpful hints. One of the helpful hints, which I feel like I can share with you, is when you're making your berry is to take some yarn, like wool yarn, and stuff a little bit of it in the corner to get that really crisp corner on your berries. So it was really great to be able to listen to her speak. This one was not a club kit per se. I think I just bought it all kitted up. Probably early on when I first started cross stitching. I got this from Acorns and Threads. But it's 3 of the 12 berries of Christmas. I do plan on doing all of them. And this is done on that, on the Weeks Dye Works plaid. Let's see, what is it? Oh, here, I'll show you. And there's all the threads. So it's not done on those. Is it done on those? No, I think it was suggested for me to do it on those, and I liked that suggestion. So this was actually the starter kit that came with the lecture. So that we got from Erica Michaels. This was part of the berry sampler club kit, and this one is honeysuckle berry. And this one, oh, this one was so pretty. Tudor Roseberry. And I think I have another berry one, but I'm not sure where it's at. This is a club kit from Dying to Stitch. This is Heartstring Samplery, and it's Acorn House Pendulum. And all the doodads. This one is Where Liberty Dwells. And you can see the fabric here on the side. And there's all of the finishing accoutrement. And this is also Heartstring Samplery, and I really need to do this one because I need it at my stitchy spot. And it's a Thankful Life chair arm hanky. Here, let me move. When Dying to Stitch sends you things, they also send you little notes about the kit if it needs extra information. But there's, oops, I don't need to see that. There's the thread and everything that goes with it. I like to keep my receipts with them because I need to know how much I paid for things. I'm kind of particular that way. I like to keep track. It's the numbers person in me, but it's just nice to know. Even though sometimes I look at it and it's like, I spent how much? But you know, it makes me happy. It is still cheaper than therapy. I belonged to the first year of the Pen Drum Club, and I don't remember, and I'm not even sure if I can remember how to pronounce the name, but it was a cross-stitch shop in Amsterdam, I think. Netherlands, yes. So, Die Handwerk Boutique is what it was, and I signed up for that, and there was a Blackbird Designs, a La-Di-Da, a Plum Street, and a Beth Twist. So it was, you got 4 pen drums. They're gorgeous. I didn't do it this year because I had so many club stuff. I thought I needed to cut back. Anyway, I love these, and some of them have come out at market either this year or sometime recently. So this is the Blackbird Design one, and it's called A Bit of Summer. And just like other club kits, they come with all the stuff in there, all the things to make it. They also came in these handy dandy, I really liked these, plastic, they're sturdy and they have like a little Velcro dot closure. But that's what everything came in, and I love those. I looked for them online because this one had had the SKU number, but they come out of Europe, and I wasn't able to find exactly these, but really liked those. So that one was Blackbird Design. And let me put this back together so things don't get lost. The next one was the Blue Flower, and this was La Di Da. And I think this one did come out at market this year. And all the stuff. And the next one is My Peaceful Home, was Plum Street. All the stuff. And then, I think this was actually the first one in the series. This is Honeybee Pin Drum by Beth Twist Heartstring Samplery. And all the stuff. I loved every one of these. They're so gorgeous. And they put together, there was like a Facebook site, so if you needed, you know, any special instructions, you know, encouragement, that sort of thing, that was there. So these were cool. I probably should have stayed in the club, but like I said, you have to cut back somewhere. The next one here, this is from Samplers Not Forgotten. It was from last year's Nashville, and it came with some of the information, and there it is. I also have the full sampler for this one. I love that. Lisa has done the entire, well, she's not complete, she's almost complete, completed the entire sampler from this, and it is so pretty. This is a recent one that came out by Samplers Remembered. This is part of the Country Sampler ABC Schoolgirl series. And I think there were 4, like Maria Finney, which is probably in here. And I think I showed the Jane Penderleith. That was the last one that we got, but this was the one before. This is the sampler roll. I really love that. I think that is wonderful. So this was ABC Club Kit number 3, sampler roll, Samplers Remembered. This is Susanna Pratt, and I think I had them kitted up when I was at Country Sampler. So this is their conversion, and it is Pineberry Lane, Susanna Pratt, and this is being done on Weeks 10 roof, 36 count, and there we go, there's the threads. And, oh yeah, here's Maria Finney. So Maria Finney, Annabelle Eve's House by Shakespeare's Peddler. So I got to see both of these in person when we were there at Country Sampler, and they are so pretty. So Maria Finney, 1832, Shakespeare's Peddler, and there's the linen and the threads. The next one is a Kathy Barrick Sunflower Farm. I think Diane It Is Kismet did this one. It's also really pretty. There's the linen and the floss. This one I think I bought off a Stash Unload already kitted up. It's ink circles. It's called Spring Snow. I should be working on that right now because that's kind of what I'm looking at outside. Spring snow is so appropriate. It came with the 30 count dove, and there is the floss. I think I need to take this one out just so you can really get a good, because we're looking through 2 things of plastic. There we go. Covers just about everything I have here. Snow, deer, bunnies, birds, trees. Yep. Checks all the boxes. Okay. This looks like a Dying to Stitch. This is Plum Street Samplers Autumn Cottage. doodads. Ooh, another Blackbird Designs. This is a Dying to Stitch. Kind of shake this around because you can kind of see the, I have to fix this. Sorry, hold please. Tis the Season by Blackbird Designs. And there's oh, the next one. I don't know that this is going to come out, if Teresa's going to release this or not. I think this is an exclusive, yeah, exclusive by Shakespeare's Peddler. It was at the Midwest Craftsers Retreat. The fall one in 2018. I have not completed mine yet. It is really, really pretty, but I have all this stuff to do it, and it's called Pale Pumpkin's Pin Cushion Stand and Scissor Fob. Teresa is amazing. And then this was all the doodads and maybe a few extra retreat things that came with it. So maybe for this next year coming up. Next one is one of the, is this an ABC? I don't remember if this is an ABC or, yeah, I think it is. Sampler's Not Forgotten, called Descending Sun. There's it. This one I did buy off the Stash Unload, already kitted up, and I loved it so much I bought it twice. Not kitted up, once just by the chart and once kitted up. So the duplicate is in my big stash of stuff to unload or give away. This was called Poinsettias and Pines, and Blue Ribbon Designs. And if I remember correctly, yes, this is the one. Whoever I bought the kit from was extremely generous, because when I counted up all of the floss, there was like double the amount of floss needed. So there's all the colors, and this is being done on a 36 count mocha Zygarde. There's all the colors. Aren't those gorgeous? It was one of those stellar deals from Stash Unload. Okay, and the last, oh no, I've got two. The last one is something I saw on maybe a Facebook post or something from Country Sampler, and I immediately had to hop on the phone and order this. And this is by Lone Elm Early Wooden Wares and Designs, and I'm not even sure what's the name of it. I don't know. It doesn't really say. Oh, it's Flora and Fauna. I have it backwards. So Flora and Fauna, and there's the kit, and it's their conversion. They kitted it up. It's being done on 36 count Confederate gray. There's another picture of it, and there's the needle book. I just love this. So pretty. And then the last one I have is actually a Thea. And I probably picked it up at Hobby Lobby or something. Most of those don't necessarily appeal to me. This one really did. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these as smalls for adobo for spring and summer. And I'll probably not use the Ada. It comes with a 16 count Ada. Although I might, I don't know. Anyway, so here it is. Don't you think that those would be cute? All done individually into little pillows. And there's the floss. So I think my club kits and what I've kitted up have gotten a little mixed up, but I still have at least an entire video to show you the other things that I've kitted up. But that's all my club kits to date. I didn't show you this time, but I showed you one of them last time that had just come in, which was the last of the ABC Schoolgirls. I'm going to go ahead and finish this video. I don't have internet back at my other house, so I'm going to complete it. I'm probably going to go ahead and upload it and have it published next week with the name of the person who won the Mondo Bag pattern. And then I will do that giveaway then, and I'll probably either tack it on the end here or, you know, just film another little clip and put it at the end. But if I do tack it on the end, or if I do it right now, I'm just going to put the name right here. And what you need to do is I will comment on your comment, and then you'll need to send an email to me at techstylist@gmail.com and give me your information, and I will send you your Mondo Bag interfacing so that you can make one. So stay safe out there, everyone. I hope you're all doing well, and just stay safe. Anyway, thanks. Talk to you soon.